Van stretched her arms, yawned. She just adjusted her body into another position. Her mind could only sense the hunger. She was about to sleep again when heard Namjoon's voice. Are you planning to sleep again, Sleeping Beauty? I think I was taking a nap on the couch. Her voice had the huskiness, and Namjoon smiled. It's too cold outside. I couldn't let you sleep there. Thank you. Val lowered her head in gratefulness. When did you come? 2 days ago. He casually shrugged his shoulders while flashing his dimpled smile, and surprisingly, it took a few moments for Wan to understand what she heard. You mean 2 hours, right? Namjoon was silent for a few moments. It was a long flight, and I guess you were exhausted? And her tummy growled. The already embarrassed girl now had no place to hide. I don't know cooking, but I have ordered something for us. Don't get embarrassed. He was about to step out of the room when Van finally interrupted him. Can you please give me a fresh pair of? I live alone and I don't have any women's clothing collection in my wardrobe, but if you want, we can go for shopping. Namjoon replied. He was all in doubt. A part of his mind understood she needs some basic things, yet another part of him wanted her to ask for his own clothes. You are too kind. You have helped me in the airport. You have let me stay in your house. I can't ask you for that. Just give me some clothes you might not wear. Namjoon smiled. As you wish, but I would like to suggest you to have a quick shower. He didn't wait for Wan's reply, opened his wardrobe and gave her a random pair of casual wear. Have this. He casually walked out of the room. Wan looked out of the window. It was dark outside. Is it early morning or evening? Wan was dragged into the reality again, as Namjoon called her. Wan, hurry up. The food is going to be cold quickly. Wan decided to eat first. She saw Namjoon was arranging the food he had ordered. You didn't change? He glanced at her. It's okay, you can have a relaxing one after the dinner. Come on, sit. She was definitely impressed by his politeness. What do you do for a living, Namjoon? Wan asked while securing herself in the chair. You should ask questions in such a way that you can answer them if asked to you. Namjoon took a bite of the pizza before saying that. Come on, you have visited my workplace. Wan took the first bite. Oh, so good. That was a university. Namjoon frowned and Wan just nodded in reply. That's right. Now answer me. What do you do for a living? I rap. Namjoon answered and Wan stared at him blankly. You rap what to live in this fancy apartment? It's singing and I also write and produce songs. Namjoon tried to clarify, but it was obvious to him that Wan understood nothing. Are you a celebrity? Namjoon didn't think Wan would be that straightforward. Well, you can Google my name. Namjoon blushed. Really? Wan looked excited. Please do me a favor. What? Namjoon narrowed his eyes. Just don't show your face when I will video call my bestie. Just don't show your face. Your existence is important. That's it. Namjoon looked at her face in confusion and smiled. She tried to look cute in her messiest form, and she was actually looking cute when she made this request. Miss Van, come down. First of all, I have to clarify something before promising you. How would your best friend know that you are with a celebrity? Namjoon politely asked and Wan chuckled. That's a good joke. You look fine. I mean, you are the finest looking man I have ever met, but I know I can't be that much fortunate. Like a celebrity, himself helped me, invited me, even let me live in his apartment. Do you think I'm crazy? No. And I want your existence in the video call because my bestie would never believe me that I can be capable enough to have a boyfriend. You look fine. Namjoon shrugged his shoulders. But it can be possible. You seemed to be a cold, rude girl, but after I got to know you a bit, I think you are just too lazy. Now, tell me, when should we call your best friend? After the dinner? When kept chewing the food. After dinner, first you should take a shower. Then decide when do you want to call your bestie, but before that, you must tell me. How should I react? Namjoon had already finished his portion of food, so he started collecting the food packages. Sure, Wen nodded. I have a question. I mean, not proper question, I'm just curious. Wen looked at Namjoon for his approval. Go for it, Wen. Namjoon rolled his eyes as he guessed Wen must be going to ask him something stupid with a "I'm so done with you" look. He nodded. If I Google Namjoon, what would appear in the screen? Would it really be you or something else? No doubt, Wen was looking at him, all excited. What would you do if you Google Namjoon and it shows things related to me? Namjoon kind of taunted her, but she didn't understand. You will be the first one. I mean, I'm going to be your fan at the spot. What if you don't like my work? Namjoon raised his eyebrows. I will try to understand your work, but even if I don't become a fan of your rap, that may conclude that our frequency of understanding arts are different, but you can't snatch the feeling from me, meeting a celebrity. Though her thoughts were a little deep, but she spoke in a cuter way. Shower time. She walked towards the washroom. After some time, Wan opened the door of the washroom and entered into the bedroom. Namjoon was working, but hearing the sound, he turned. He thought Wan's hair might be dripping wet and also her clothes might be soaked a little bit, but there was nothing but the scent. Though her freshly washed hair was already dried, but for some reason he felt a hypnosis. Let's make the call, Namjoon. You just need to avoid showing your face if you are really a celebrity. That's it. Clear? Oh God, I'm so excited for this. Wan exclaimed in joy. Putting her phone on the small working table, he dialed the number. Wan, hello? What are you doing? Bestie. What are you doing? Sorry I couldn't join you. It's around 11 o'clock in Seoul, right? Why are you in the hotel room? Go outside, you introvert, and explore the nightlife there. I have heard a lot about the drinking culture. I think that's the only way you can find someone and lose your. One immediately stopped her. How's your mom, bestie? Fine, better. When? Why don't you forward me her reports? Bestie, enjoy your trip, Van. Don't worry for my mom. It's medical science, not magic, and find someone. Oh, wait, Van. It's already so late at night, and I think someone is in your room. Van, don't disconnect the call, please. Van smiled. Don't panic. I may not have explored the nightlife and the drinking culture, but I have definitely found someone. I have lost my luggage, so I couldn't check in the hotel. I'm wearing his clothes and I'm in his house. Bestie. Impossible. I don't believe you. If I was you, I don't stop cuddling and you guys are just doing your own business. I don't believe you. When actually I was worried for your mom, that's why I called you. Wanna meet my boyfriend? June, come here. She's my best friend and you best, he's June. He's an artist. Wen grabbed Namjoon's arm and immersed herself in his embrace, exposing his side view. Bestie, I don't believe you. Is he your cousin brother or something? You just can't find someone with language barrier. Are you kidding me? Don't tell me it's a prank. I will kill you if I would get to know that you managed a random guy and called me. Are you drunk, Van? Van, no, I'm not. Bestie, stop cuddling and let me see his face. Van, what if we break up after a few days? Bestie, but he is your first love? You are too immature to handle the wave of emotions. What would happen if you would be left there emotionally broken? And Namjoon took the seat. Hey miss, why are you so hopeless about Van's love life? Namjoon was frightened as Van's best friend was that person who arranged all the things for their Korea tour. She might be aware of the K-pop things. Maybe she is also an army and recognized him, but he needed to be vocal for Van. Though Van's best friend was aware of BTS, but seeing the man with messy hair and no makeup face, she could only think that the man is handsome, but she didn't recognize him. Bestie, cause she had already friend-zoned the boys who had crush on her, and believe me, she didn't do that intentionally. She is just too innocent for the world. Please don't hurt her because of my words. You're handsome. You just take care of her for a week and send her to me. And even if you two are something, just adjust yourself. All I want, a less friction love life for her. Namjoon nodded. I will try my best, don't worry. Bestie. Hey, Vance cutie. I'm getting late. Can you just kiss the dump? I just need to make sure that she hasn't arranged anyone. Van, you dump. Come on, your man. I need to go to the rounds. Van, stop your friend. She is fooling us. Of course, Namjoon was trying his best to control himself. He badly wanted to inhale her scent, the exact way he was craving for. He tried to cover his craving with a fake smile, but before he could figure out anything, Van was already in his lap. Wrapping her legs around his waist, she gently grabbed a fistful of hair from the back of his head for stabilization, and she licked his lips. Van, I don't think I would be able to hold myself back anymore. Please stop, Namjoon mumbled, though his eyes were just craving to become acquainted with the veiled side of her. Why? Van was playfully drawing doodles on her semi-exposed chest. Do you think I'm in the condition to answer you? Namjoon gritted his teeth as he felt he was about to cross the limit of his tolerance, and he could sense Van was aware of that, but she didn't stop. I want to feel the butterflies in reality. I want to live the romantic moments I have seen on screen with you. Her breathing pattern was fanning his neck. Why? He replied immediately. Cause you don't know me. You haven't judged me on my look, what I do, how casual my body language is. When answered but didn't give him a chance to ask another question. Close your eyes and visualize the best scene you have seen or experienced. I want that feeling. Van's voice sounded demanding, but she didn't know the muscular man was also innocent. Namjoon wanted to clarify her that he might lack technicalities, but he couldn't suppress his urge to taste her. He was trying his best to nod her hungrily, Grabbing her thin waist, he finally touched her soft, and she shivered. She was frozen at a spot, didn't dare to move, and she could feel a chuckle from Namjoon's side. In fact, it was also Namjoon's first, though she had demanded a perfect first, but he couldn't remember a single one from the movies. His lips kept moving instinctively. One's existence was like a powerful to him, so his lips started craving to taste her neckline, trailed to the collarbone, and all she could feel a jerk. Almost for a few microseconds, they were detached. Namjoon was careful yet super fast to cover their bodies with a bedsheet. When opened her eyes as she felt warm skin under her palm, and soon she sensed Namjoon's fingers trying to unclasp her inner. She instinctively moved her palms, and there was no layer of fabric or elastic band to resist her fingers' movement. When he paused for a moment and looked at her, though he wasn't in the position, but he managed to hold himself back and ask for her consent. Shut up, you control freak. I'm adult enough to take the responsibility. One didn't hesitate to curse his Lil aggressively, and she was freed from the elasticated underwear cage in a moment. His big palms were roaming around every square inch of her. I have fingers too, Namjoon, one mumbled. It was first time for Namjoon, that's why he doubted that he might hurt her for his inexperienced skills. His lips were stopped for a few moments, and in no time he was dragged into the reality again as he felt her palms guiding his lips to her. Take care with your lips, she demanded again, and Namjoon chuckled. You were already. I want the best first, she demanded in an adorable tone. After a long workout session, obviously they were exhausted. You dare to sleep back facing me, Van yawned. I have seen that after being done. Namjoon scooped her into his embrace. How was your experience? He pecked on her forehead. I'm sorry if it was rough. I loved it. It was different in real, but I loved it. Wen made herself comfortable in his embrace. What do you think? Was I ovulating at the time? She looked at his eyes, tried to figure out what he was thinking. His clueless eyes were expressive enough to inform her that he knew nothing about what he was asked. She smiled. Nothing. Close your eyes, John.